Well, what a epic squandering of an advantage that you would call it, because at 100 for 2 heading into the session you thought England could capitalize on it, but no way, because Kuldeep Yadav's magical sensational spell of bowling, one of the best that we have seen in a very long time, 5 wickets, all the 5 top order wickets, Ashwin's 2 wickets has ensured England are staring down the barrel at 194 for 8 in the best batting conditions. 100 for 2 they were in 25.2. The next 29 overs, 94 for 6, including a collapse of 5 wickets for just about 8 runs. And that is why now India in total control, Kuldeep the magician, at a venue where he started 7 years ago.
Predictions were amazing.
Right. Amazingly wrong.
Down, 5 down.
4 down.
4 down, 8 down. Somebody asked us, which was an interesting question, will you get to see India bat today? It was a unanimous no from all of us. Let me repeat that question. Yes.
We are
Unanimous yes.
Yes.
All that has happened in this session, 6 wickets to fall. It's completely turned on its head.
I'm taking a DRS on that. I want to reverse my prediction.
Umpire's call.
No, this was missing. It missed the mark totally. So that is why
I want to review.
we changed our decision to yes, India are batting.
That just reminds me, we'll get to the bowling. What were England thinking with the DRS reviews? Firstly, Joe Root, as plumb as they come, what was he thinking when he decided to ask?
Even Ben Stokes.
Root, whenever he's dismissed, he thinks he's not out. It's happened ever since.
That before? Where is it? Is there a batsman who does not think that he's not out when he's been given out?
Even when there is the biggest of biggest nicks, Root will review it. And then he'll throw his head back and then say, no, it can't be happening.
Ajay, it's his birthright.
Yes.
Jan Siddhadikar.
Happens with top order batters. Happens.
I'm the number 1 batter and I will ask for it.
See, Joe Root can't be a Stuart Broad who gets an Oscar in acting. He edges it, but because Australia had used up the DRS, that's why they couldn't use it. So he can't act like Stuart Broad. Broad is a brilliant actor, but apart from that, whenever he edges, when it's an LBW, Root immediately does a review. Sehwag-esque. Watson-esque.
Watson-esque.
Shane Watson, plumb as plumb, he'll still review it.
Went for it. Joe Root did too. It would have been a big controversy had that decision been overturned, had that been missing or something. Yeah. Because Joe Root asked it right after 0.
Yes.
It had turned to 0 and then he went for it. The umpire kind of agreed, went to the third umpire and then he was plumb, so no debate there. Why would there be any debate? The Indian team would be happy, they've lost a review. So, great, you asked for it. But in that little chance, it was not out and the decision had to be overturned. Boy, it would have been the number 1 talking point right now in our discussion. But because all's well that ends well, nobody's going to talk about that. But it was 0 for sure.
Yep. I mean, you got 3 reviews. I mean, if you want to make it much more interesting, WTC points should also be deducted or added looking at the number of reviews, the way you take it, the way how you carry it forward.
No.
In that sense. Because see, for the way how Ben Stokes and Joe Root took the decision of the DRS, straight you should deduct points.
But they're within their rights. Come on. So what?
To Stokes, I was still okay. Because, it turned sharply and he was moving. Could have been at that naked eye. I'm just saying, naked eye. By the way, Jadeja really set Joe Root up.
Yes.
The delivery before that turned sharply and then, he knew it's turning right outside my off stump, beating his outside edge. Next delivery comes in the arm ball, goes
bang on middle.
Even Stokes again very similar, both the dismissals, because plumb, number 1, 2, both being set up.
Yeah, but Stokes, to the naked eye, it still looked like, okay, let's review. What if, because it turned a lot and there was enough time to see that turn happening, you're like, what if it's missing leg? And, he was moving, Stokes, because he was going up in the front, then coming back and moving.
He had no idea firstly.
No, the replay makes it easy for us to say. But
of
for
course.
naked eye, that still was slightly doubtful.
But I'm saying in terms of the setup, again,
setup
both taking the ball away, one getting the ball to straighten, the other getting the ball to come in. So yeah.
The Google has been really deadly
effective.
in the Yadav's arsenal today.
How many dismissals today?
Duckett,
Duckett,
Pope,
Crawley,
No, Crawley was
Crawley
the
was a conventional. And that
Babar Azam is like.
But
that was
that,
sorry.
by the way, the Crawley dismissal, out of all the wickets that Kuldeep has taken, and Stokes was also a good one, Crawley's is by far the best. It's showing 10.9 degree of turn. That's massive.
10, was it 18? I think, Pawan, was it 18? What are you saying?
10.9.
10.
10.9.
10.9 degree of turn that he got at that time. That is incredible. 18 would be, not possible, feasible.
I mean, if it landed way outside off, hit a crack and then came back in sharply.
So 10 degree of turn, that's what he got. Outstanding. And secondly, to a man who was looking absolutely set for 100. Yeah. I mean, I'm not just going by the scorecard with his 79 because he's the highest run getter, but overall looked like the best player on the day for England, even if he did not get those 79. Looked the best. We spoke about it in the first session too. I don't think you could have got him out any other way today, the way Zach Crawley was looking. But with that outstanding special delivery that Kuldeep Yadav bowls, and tell you what, why I'm saying, one, aesthetically looks the best delivery, and so is something that I'll remember the most from this day. But secondly, that's where the floodgates really open. England in an advantageous position from there on. Crawley continues, that ball doesn't happen, gets 100. It's a completely different game at tea time when we're sitting and talking. Much closer to what we had predicted, 4 wickets, 5 wickets, it would have been in that range. But from there on, the floodgates open and the match really turned on its head. So that dismissal at the end of the day today, and even though we have one session left, I guess is going to be the turning point of the day. The moment where this test match quite literally turned.
Yep. I mean, look at
10.9 degrees.
It turned 10.9 degrees. But then look at the way how he set him up also, and look at the way how he's bowling. Rohit Sharma in the PC had said that he's working so hard on the revs, the rip, the drift that he's getting, and look at it. There are so many revs that normally you pick it from the hand, right? Sena country guys normally pick it from the hand. The length also is secondary for them. But then here, the revs were so much, they just couldn't pick it from the hand. And that is why the length confounded them. Crawley in particular, it dipped, turned in.
But tell you what, I mean, while Rohit says that, I still remember him revving the ball a lot, even when he made his debut. And that was his strength. So, which is why I'm a bit surprised that, so don't let anyone fool you that he's become a better bowler, so he's playing. I think he was always a gun bowler from the start. May have had a few confidence issues that crept into his game, especially after a few IPL. But Kuldeep Yadav on his debut, and this is something I had said earlier, same ground 7 years ago, makes a debut, as good a debut as any bowler can have. And 7 years later on the same ground, has picked up a fifer and only played 11 tests in the middle. So clearly there was lack of confidence from captains. We heard them say best spinner, but nobody really played him. And to be fair, even now I've seen Rohit really back him. But that's only happened from Asia Cup onwards. Before that, even Rohit in his tenure hadn't really backed him. But now where he's reached and the kind of performances he's doing, now it'll be tough to drop him. But whether it was Virat, whether it was Rohit, I think they were kind of unfair to him, not having given him as many chances as he deserves. Because here's a man, he's talking about the skill. He always had it from his debut. You can have a flattish track, no matter how flat a track can be. He's the guy who can give, because of his drift, because of his bounce that he gets, and because of the revs that he gets, the turn, he can get you wickets anywhere. That there is.
White ball beast, 2 hat-tricks, who can not boast of that in ODIs. And see that dip that he's getting nowadays, the dip in his bowling, the sudden dip, that is what is making that X factor.
Also the point that Nikhil made about, the kind of backing and the kind of inclusion that he's gotten after the Asia Cup last year. I think it's also got to do with the fact that yes, he's undergone so much. He has improved, not to take away the fact that he always had the potential, but the fact that, he's added more pace to his bowling. He's straightened his run up. He's just tweaked his action just a bit, the things that he talks about. I think the speed is the key as well, because the wrong one that he bowled to Ben Stokes was the faster one as well. So to be able to do that, take the ball away, and firstly, on 2 counts, the googly is just unplayable in so many ways. One, of course, it's difficult to read. Second, then the pace of it. Both those things combined, execution, inch perfect. and then just the desired result. So many things coming together and so beautifully for Kuldeep Yadav.
Actually, that pace is an interesting point because had it not been for that pace, I think Stokes would have been out. Again, just looking at the way he was batting, I think he was doing the right things by being on the back foot. I know that there could be contrary opinion to that. Firstly, if you ask me, I think he was doing the right thing because the ball was really turning sharply. He was getting that conventional spin going outside, and Stokes was doing the right thing, leaving him. And so I like the fact that he stayed on the back foot because in Stokes' case, I don't think he's reading him from the hand. He's unable to read him from the hand, which is okay. He's not been able to figure out from the hand, so he's trying to read him off the pitch. Now, so if you have that tactics, which is clearly something that Ben Stokes is doing, then you're better off on the back foot rather than going into the front foot. So good tactic, but I think what beat him, had he not had that extra pace, which he's now developed, he probably wouldn't have been out. He would have got the bat in time. Why did Stokes get out? Because he was late on that. He again expecting the ball to keep going out. This one came in, he got late to that, got wrapped on the thing because of that extra pace. Maybe that extra pace wasn't there. He could have on a different occasion played it, got bat on it. He got the bat, but it was too late.
Maybe day one also, the skid in the wicket is also predominant. Skid in the wicket on day one with the fresh surface. See, it's only been 55 overs into this. So that's why you can get that skid also with the revs that he's getting. And it's from a good length where he's getting it. So that's why.
And it doesn't surprise me that, he's been able to add that pace back to his bowling because he started off as a youngster bowling fast.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So,
like every other Indian bowler. Nobody starts off as a spinner. Everyone wants to be. No, because you play tennis ball and all that, and fast bowlers is what get help. Then you realize, okay, to be fast, it's an inherent thing also. Like, not everyone can bowl fast. And then you're like, okay, let me work on spin. When you start graduating to the seam ball, to the leather ball, that's when you realize that because of the make of the ball or the kind of the ball it is, there is so many things you can do with it to trouble the batter. Because in tennis ball, there's nothing much you can do but the pace that can beat a batter, right? What else? Where will the spinners? I mean, it
there's
turns.
nothing to but
nothing
overarm you, it's very difficult.
Yeah, at best you could be a wrist spinner, still turn the tennis ball.
Finger.
But even that, because of the bounce, it doesn't skid on.
Yeah.
There's enough time for you to see the tennis ball. So most people will start off as fast bowlers. It's just that later you realize, no, with the leather ball you can have scales and so on and so forth. You can do it. Having said that, I must say that while Kuldeep's bowled very well, a lot of people saying that you need a bowler like that. There's no help yet. He's doing it. He could turn it on glass. That's not the case, huh? There is a lot of grip on offer already on day one for the spinners. You could see it for all three spinners that India have got. There is grip there on offer. There's a bit extra drift because of the cooler climate that you have in Dharamshala. So you're getting that drift, you're getting the grip from the pitch, and so it is assisting spinners. It's not really a batting paradise also, let's be honest. I mean, yes, you can score runs. You can score runs against the fast bowlers as you saw Crawley do, but it's not a batting paradise. Batting paradise would be, I would say it's a good pitch. A good pitch would mean equal assistance to bowlers as well as batter. And remember, it's only day one. I was talking to you about the dryness of the pitch. But to the naked eye, it was telling me that this pitch, no chance you're playing three fast bowlers. This pitch will offer help to the spinners, and you made it differently. To the naked eye, this was what seemed like the pitch was. And sure enough, it's playing like that. Day 3, day 4, not going to be easy to bat against spinners here.
You jinxed it. Day 5, you're not getting it looking at the way how this England team is capitulating against spin.
Yep.
And also, I mean, you've seen how England have been troubled by wrist spinners. Shane Warne, there's a reason why he took 195 wickets against them. And now Kuldeep joins that list.
Yep. Sarat Chandra wants to know, does Jurel's keeping need a few more practice? So he's been outstanding.
Although he needs to work on his DRS though.
That yes.
Yeah.
That yes.
He's
but
been
his stumping was also very good.
And game awareness also excellent.
Yeah, he was hurt on the stump.
Yes, that video is in fact coming up. In fact, so it was part, let's say, that wicket, let's say, just as much belongs to Jurel as well, because he's the one who put in the word in Kuldeep's here, badega, aage badega. Drags his length back and perfect stumping. Maybe, of course, that's when he knew, because the ploy was there that, okay, it's going to be the wrong one, I'm going to collect it. But he's been found wanting at times, not in this match. In the past,
one on Crawley where there was a faint nick.
Yeah,
Sarfraz claimed that yes, it was an edge. But
Sarfraz also needs to work on his DRS skills.
But he was sure in that.
He was sure.
But in the other thing,
Jurel
appealed, but there was no
That was, I think, one of the fast bowlers was bowling then.
It was to Bumrah.
It was to Bumrah, yeah. That's when it...
What a test match it's turning out to be for the Indian team.
Yep.
But as I said, don't judge till both teams have batted. So, the pitch is offering some sort of turn. Let's see how the England bowlers, fast bowlers also come out. But I mean, where things are at the moment, we were talking about, England marginally happier than the Indian team at large. Marginally meaning 51, 49, sort of marginally, almost even keen where the game was. But now it's gone completely one-sided.
Okay.
No matter how much assistance you're getting from the pitch, it's right now advantage India clearly. So we'll see where the game goes in the final session. That's just coming up. Sobham, Sai has a question.
I think so. Kuldeep himself told that when he was in NCA, Rohit told him to increase his pace and talk to the physios at the NCA regarding his progress. UZ and Kuldeep, that part I didn't understand.
He's saying watch a digital episode on UZ and Kuldeep.
Okay. Yeah. The Kulcha duo.
Yeah, where Rohit did. No, I remember because Kuldeep himself has spoken in different interviews as well on the pace that he's worked on. He got that extra pace, and as we kind of broke down that Stokes dismissal, it was primarily because of that extra pace. Otherwise, Ben Stokes. On that subject, Ben Stokes. I'm missing Shane today. The greatest clutch plate there has been absolutely absent.
I think his clutch thing only comes for ICC events and against Australia. That's it. Doesn't come against all the other nations.
Because there have been more than an occasion where there was clutch time in this series.
New Zealand.
ICC events.
No, but there's been more than clutch occasion in this series. Multiple times where you needed a clutch player to put his hand up and step up.
Except for Hyderabad, when he hit that 70, he's gone missing in this entire series.
Yep.
And today, in fact, the Ben Stokes today, whatever that 5-6 balls that he played, it reminded me of the Ben Stokes of the World Cup, where Shami made him looking like an absolute novice. Today as well, barely got bat to ball. Yes, he prodded a couple of times, ball missed the outside edge. There was one leave over there, and then of course was confounded at the end. So today as well, the second instance in, let's say, 4 months time that he spent here in India, 5 months time that he's been absolutely made to look like a novice.
Absolutely. Yeah. Praneet Datta, thank God for Kuldeep. A request to Mr. Rohit Sharma, please play Kuldeep in every test match from now, irrespective of condition. A wrist spinner is a boon. I understand. He's taken a 5-wicket haul, he can get dropped.
No, but okay, let's be honest. Okay, if it was a situation and the conditions demanded you only play 2 spinners, what do you do then?
You'll have to play Kuldeep. In an ideal world.
Have to?
You'll have to. Who are you going to drop?
Jaddu you'll drop.
Ash.
Or Ash.
Jaddu and Kuldeep.
Then you'll say you don't have a right arm.
But I think that's a recency bias. You're going to drop the 100 test man. Poor guy's playing his 100 test match, you're saying I drop him?
You could drop him in a WTC final when you needed him the most.
You play 1 spinner.
But then see, in Australia you want to play 2.
Not 2 spinners also you'll drop him.
Yeah, see, you don't have, but then are you going to drop Kuldeep? Then it again some sort of thing, okay, he takes a 5-wicket haul, gets dropped.
Okay, assuming India, I don't think it would have come as a big shock had Kuldeep been dropped in this test match, considering, let's say, this pitch had grass, and so India then decided to go with 3 fast bowlers. Right? It's a very dry surface, you've gone with 3 spinners. You decided to go in this test match with 3 fast bowlers. Were you playing Kuldeep and Jadeja? Were you dropping Ashwin here?
Oh, no, you wouldn't have dropped Ashwin at that time.
Question.
But then I'm talking about the BGT if you have to look at it at that time.
Now in BGT, I don't know. You're playing in Australia, you're going to play 1 spinner or some places. So Jadeja
last time you played 2. You played Ashwin and Jaddu. And Kuldeep has had success in Australia. How would you drop him then? But again, as I said, batting will be the key. If Kuldeep as a batter can step up and just hang in there, then I think...
He has stepped up.
But
this series itself.
This series, yeah.
Actually, he was with Jurel. He was the guy who changed the entire course of the game.
Yeah. He has stepped up.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that question when the BGT comes. But thank you so much for your company. We would have loved to have taken more questions, but now that the game has started, 199 for 8. They've gotten a run already. So 200 coming up for England. They should get now. So let's see how far they can go. I hope there's no rear guard from the English team and painful for the Indian team. to get those last 2 wickets, because it could be crucial, you know.
We've seen that happen earlier.
Yeah, 205, 210 if you dismiss them, vis-a-vis 260, 270, it's a different game altogether.
Yep, it is.
So you wouldn't want that. Crucial time coming up.
But let's hope we see you rather soon. Let's say in about 20 minutes, 15 minutes before tea time.
We're going to be there.
Yeah.
Before tea time? Before stumps, you mean?
Before our tea time.
Our tea. Oh, your tea.
Our tea is...
It's starting now.
Yeah. It's lunch now for us.
This is lunch.
This is lunch.
Just let's say enough time for us to get our lunch and anytime after that.
Akash Bhardwaj has picked 240.
240. Yeah, no, I'll say
okay, go.
220.
I am going with 242.
Oh.
I'll sit somewhere in the middle. 226.
226.
226.
Last one was 222.
222.
222.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
We'll
See you soon.
Akash Kiste has picked 210.
Yeah.
Piyush Nanta has gone with 215.
215. Yep.
See you post match. Bye bye.
more.
Post day, in fact.
See you innings. Bye bye.